lot for everybody, including adoptions. This morning, we're discussing what role social media will play in a post-pandemic adoption. We're welcoming Executive Director of the Adoption Consultancy, today contributor and host of Adopting the Podcast, Nicole Witt. Thank you so much for being here today, Nicole.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. And what will post-pandemic adoption look like, and how do we prepare for it?
Well, immediate post-pandemic adoption will have a bit of a backlog that needs to be worked through, so things may move a little bit more slowly immediately. But longer term, I'm really hopeful that a lot of the new technologies that were sort of forced upon us during the pandemic will continue, because in many ways they actually have made adoption easier and sometimes faster and less expensive for everyone involved.
And social media is everywhere. How will it be used in the adoption process after the pandemic?
I don't think that piece of it is going to change too significantly. I think the main part is that people are going to have gotten more comfortable with maintaining relationships over social media, even when they're not having much, if any, in-person interaction, because it's not unusual for adoptive parents and birth parents to have a relationship where they rarely, if ever, meet in person, but they're trying to maintain that very important relationship. So I think all the experience that we've all gained during the pandemic and doing that over social media will really help people to be more comfortable with that.
Yeah. And what additional virtual tools and platforms can we anticipate using after the pandemic?
Well, some of the things that have really helped the process, for example, are that the court hearings went virtual. And that has made things a lot easier for people. People don't have to travel. They don't have to spend the time or the money traveling, possibly with an infant. A lot of the paperwork is being done virtually, even things like getting documents notarized. That could never have been done virtually before. Parts of the home study process are being done virtually, which has freed up the social workers to have more time to work with other families. So those are the elements of adoption that have really sort of benefited from going through the pandemic, and I hope that we see those continuing.
I know a lot of people are hesitant right now. How do we properly use social media when adopting a child and avoid scams, fraud, or deception?
Well, that's something that has always been a concern, even pre-pandemic. And although social media can be a very effective way for hopeful adoptive parents to connect with expectant parents, as has always been the case, it's really critical to be working with reputable professionals. Ideally, again, post-pandemic, they'll be having some in-person meetings with the expectant moms. They can kind of vet the whole situation. And again, just make sure that you have those reputable professionals working on your side, because unfortunately for people who are trying to work the system, it is easier for them to do that from behind a computer screen. So you want to just be very careful of that.
Definitely. How big is the need for adoption in the United States?
Well, there are multiple different kinds of adoption. There's a huge need for foster adoption and helping to adopt children out of the foster care system. With private domestic adoption, there are more hopeful adoptive parents than there are being babies placed for adoption. So the dynamic between those two different types of adoption is really completely different.
Got it. All right. And where can we learn more about the work that you do?
My website is the best place. It's theadoptionconsultancy.com.
All right. Well, thank you again, Nicole, for joining us today and sharing some very important information with us.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me.